about 4 videos. It's a timeline video. We'll start with the first one, then we'll go from there. This is about that Metro bus driver that was killed while being stabbed on the bus a couple of days ago. So we'll start with this one.
News in Seattle's U District neighborhood. Police searching for a dangerous suspect right now. That person was involved in a deadly stabbing on board a King County Metro bus. It all happened near 15th and Northeast 41st, just blocks away from UW's campus. Como's Theron Zahn begins our live team coverage right now. Theron, what else have you learned?
Well, I can show you what the scene looks like right now. A lot of police detectives surrounding that Metro bus right there. They've been out here working for several hours now. Now, we are told that that Metro bus driver was attacked. There was some sort of fight with a possible passenger. That Metro bus driver was stabbed and then managed to make it down the sidewalk here a short distance, eventually over into this alley. And that is where detectives are working right now. And you can see over there, they still have that crime scene tape up there. But again, we are told that's how far that Metro bus driver was able to make it before they collapsed. This happened all happened around 3 o'clock this morning. That is when this went down, and Seattle police got their first calls to come to this scene. Again, when they got here, they found that Metro bus driver not too far from the bus that they were driving. We understand it again happened very quickly. That suspect took off. This is what Seattle police told us a short time ago.
There was a physical altercation between the Metro coach driver and an adult male suspect. During that altercation, the driver sustained a stab wound. The driver managed to walk a short distance from the Metro coach and then collapsed at the scene, and where police found him at this alleyway just behind me.
Just a tragic scene this morning, again, with that Metro bus driver being killed. Now, when it comes to the suspect, not much of a description right now. Just a man, 6'1", wearing a blue coat. That's who they're looking for. And I'll tell you, they're doing a huge job looking for that suspect this morning in the University District. You will find police officers on just about every corner, also patrolling up and down. An alert was also sent out to UW students. There's been a system we've reported on in the past where they get alerts on their phone about any kind of danger in the community. Those phones went off this morning, letting them know, those students and staff, that there is a dangerous suspect on the loose, likely in the University District. It's unclear if they left the area as of right now. And again, as you heard, that description not very clear, but the tragic news this morning that a Metro bus driver was killed.
King County bus driver stabbed to death on the job. The suspect is still on the run right now after that early morning attack. It happened in Seattle's University District at the corner of 15th Avenue Northeast and 41st Street. Como's Theron Zahn is there now live with latest details from investigators. Theron?
Yeah, it happened at a bus stop behind me right over there at the corner. You can see that bus going by. We're told the bus driver was involved in some kind of a fight with the suspect. The driver was stabbed and was able to make it over to an alleyway. And we can kind of pan over and show you where that happened there behind a bank. That is where that bus driver collapsed, and he was found there by police. The suspect took off. It all happened around 3 o'clock this morning. Since then, there's been a large police presence here in the U District. We've seen many patrol cars searching for that suspect. We understand he fled northbound, according to police, but as of right now, no one has been caught. Now, we spoke with a representative from Metro not long after it happened.
This is a very dark and tragic day for our operator, his family, and for our larger Metro family. We are reeling from this. There has been many tears this morning around our agency. The driver has, I believe, 7 years of service with the county. I don't know many more details about his route this evening, or this morning, I guess. And we're trying to gather that right now.
And again, the search is still on for that suspect. We're told a very vague description, 6'1", wearing a blue coat. An alert was sent out to students and staff at UW this morning. In fact, a lot of people around here who are staff and students woke up to that alert on their phone. Back out here live again, this is where it all happened on an otherwise quiet corner here in the U District where that bus driver was killed. We're told the bus does have security cameras on board, and that's what's happening right now. Seattle police are going over that video. They also talked to a witness who was on the bus at the time. That witness giving them information as to who that suspect may be. But as of right now, that suspect still has not been caught.
Yeah, that one, I thought it was 9 minutes, an hour, 9 minutes. So maybe I'll say that for another time, but we'll get to this one.
Now at 6, an all-out search is underway to find the passenger who stabbed a Metro bus driver to death this morning in Seattle. Today we learned the driver was 59-year-old Shawn who's been with Metro since 2015.
He was attacked on his route near 15th and 41st, right across the street from the University of Washington campus. KCM's Jeremy Harris is there live now. And Jeremy, you have been hearing from bus drivers all day who say they are scared and frustrated.
Mary and Preston, those drivers tell me today this is exactly what they feared. One of their drivers killed on the job by a passenger. Today, the leaders of those bus drivers are calling for immediate safety improvements on the routes as these drivers are still behind the wheel tonight. They say they want to prevent something like this from ever happening again. Bystanders called 911 just before 3 a.m., saying a bus driver was being assaulted by a passenger here in the University District. A witness who was on the bus spoke with KCM News, but asked his voice to be disguised due to fear for his own safety. He told us a fight started over the driver keeping a side window open.
The bus driver says, you know what? This is your last stop. You can just exit my bus, please. Thank you. He pushes past the plastic protector for the bus. He attempts to mace him first, starts going crazy, nonstop. The bus driver says, that's assault.
The witness said the attacker dragged the driver off the bus, then stabbed him.
The bus driver now is not coherent at all. He's lost seeing sight of everything. So the guy is guiding him. He's guiding him. They go into the alley. I see the driver. He was dead immediately.
We're not going to idly sit by while our members are murdered.
Leaders from Seattle, King County, and Metro were quick to condemn the murder.
What happened this morning was shocking and appalling.
Transit operators have been raising the alarm about safety for years, especially when it comes to drug use on the bus and violence.
But when you sign up to drive a bus, you should not also be expected to sign up to risk losing your life. It's all been in the back of their mind. When was the next one going to be? And here we are here now.
Transit Union President Greg Woodfill said the union is no longer asking for safety upgrades. They're demanding them.
I don't have all the answers. I do know we need more secure area for the transit operators, and we need more dedicated Metro transit police.
While the transit operator safety concerns are front and center, the urgent task now is finding the killer, who we know was captured by the bus cameras.
There are photographs of the suspect, and I'm not being coy here, but it is the balance between the investigative integrity and the public's right to know. This is an active investigation.
Seattle Police tonight has taken the lead of the homicide investigation. I have pressed them on why, if this passenger is suspected of killing the bus driver, they would withhold a picture from the public as they are actively searching for him. Now going on 18 hours since this all happened. They said they will release it if they need to for the investigation. As for those drivers, Metro has provided grief counselors to them so that as they're coming onto their routes tonight and as they're processing what happened to their friend, they can have someone to talk to. But certainly a very tough situation for everyone involved, and we will stay on top of it. Reporting live from the University District, Jeremy Harris, KCM News.
Jeremy, thank you. It has been 26 years since a Metro driver was killed on the job. On November 27, 1998, driver Mark McLaughlin died when a passenger shot him as McLaughlin drove over the Aurora Bridge. He lost control, sending the bus through a guardrail and plunging 50 feet below. Several passengers were hurt, one of them who died the next day. Several King County lawmakers released statements about today's stabbing. Dave Up the Grove, the chair of the county council, said, quote, "Our bus operators are the best in the nation and deserve better. We cannot and will not rest until the perpetrator is caught and brought to justice."
And from County Council member Pete Von Reichbauer, quote, "If our bus drivers are not safe on Metro buses, then how can we convince our public that it is safe for them to ride?" Meantime, today's stabbing comes just 2 days after Metro Transit temporarily closed 2 bus stops in Seattle's Little Saigon neighborhood because of safety issues. The intersection at 12th and Jackson has been a long-time trouble spot for drug use, violence, and other crime. Passengers told KCMO the problems were out of control, and the bus drivers union had been demanding change. Right now, it's unclear when the 12th and Jackson bus
News now in the
here we go.
investigation into the deadly stabbing of a bus driver in Seattle's
Metro bus
University
driver
District.
murder
The
suspect.
Seattle Police Department is now naming a person of interest in that case. Here's a picture. He's been identified as Richard Sitzlack. SPD released this photo as well as some surveillance photos that you see now just a short time ago. The 53-year-old is wanted for questioning in the stabbing death of a Metro bus driver that happened Wednesday morning in the U District. Police are asking anyone
Richard
who
Sitzlack.
sees Richard Sitzlack to call 911 immediately. He is considered armed and dangerous, so do not approach him.
I'd like to speak with you all briefly about some important updates on our search for the suspect in the murder of the Metro coach driver Wednesday morning. Just a few minutes ago, we released the name and photo of the suspect. We are looking for Richard Sitzlack. He is currently wanted for murder in the second degree. Mr. Sitzlack is a 53-year-old white male with brown eyes and brown hair. He is 6 foot 5 inches tall and weighs approximately 195 pounds. He is believed to be armed and dangerous, so if you see him, please do not approach him. The suspect, Mr. Sitzlack, is believed to be a transient and is someone who often frequents the University District and downtown Seattle. Again, he is believed to be armed and dangerous, so please do not approach him. While we have posted a photo of him on our website and social media channels, we have also provided a photo of him to the Metro coach drivers for their safety. We are seeking the public's help in finding this person, and again, please do not approach him. He is considered armed and dangerous. I'll take any questions if you have them.
Can you tell us how you developed him as a...
I'll stop it there for a couple comments in there. Someone says he was combated on the Route 36. I've ridden by 36. There's one line I'll never ride. Is the 7, which I and my transit former friends, we call it the hell line. I've only rode that one line once with Bailey, and that was just to get to 3rd and Pine to get to 3rd and Main, do the track with Charlie nighttime tour. But I won't ride that road. Right? He has. I won't. 36, I never really had much problems on, but 36 goes to Beacon to Othello station. He said months ago with the pair of trans Indians, he kept himself and carries a dark demeanor around him. Very defensive. Don't approach him without police assistance. Do not let on your bus. How can people text for insurance? We counted him on the next bus or instance. His nose make him look like Mr. Potato Head. Print. You suspect. Wow, here's one from somebody. Apparently, Sitzlack killed a roommate in 2023 in Seattle and wasn't charged. It seems because he gave police a BS story about self-defense. I gather his running too wasn't a CEO like the bus driver. He seems to be from Miami. Crazy.
So homicide detectives, they worked this case and they were able to identify them through their investigative means.
Someone says he seems to be saying Richard.
We have had prior interaction with him. We're going to release more information as it follows.
For an address. So he may have fled.
Yeah, so like I said, the Metro coach drivers, they all have his photograph. Every police officer in the city has his photograph and has his information. So they are actively seeking and searching for him. And of course, our detectives are actively searching and seeking for him as we speak.
Is there any additional patrols in your district or other places?
I can't speak for our additional patrols. I know that on a 24-hour basis, we have routine patrols throughout the city.
Is the U District the last place he was seen?
The last place he was seen was at the scene of the murder scene. Actually, correction, he was seen last night about 8 p.m. in downtown Seattle.
What do you mean?
We just have information that that's where he may have been spotted. That's the last place that he's believed to be seen. So we know that he frequents the University District, and he also is known to frequent downtown Seattle.
Metro Police said that you guys had photos yesterday. Can you just explain why it took a little bit of time to release the photos of him?
Yeah, I know that homicide detectives, they already had photos and they had that information. We are trying to allow them to work their case and work their investigation. At this point in time, it was deemed to be important for the public for us to seek the assistance of the public.
How important was any help that you guys got from people who were on the bus?
So the witnesses that we spoke to, I'm going to leave it at that
Shawn,
with the detectives.
yeah.
But again, they were able to identify the suspect and identify his information.
Do you know where specifically he was last seen in downtown Seattle?
I don't know specifically where.
Do you know what led up to the fight originally between him and the driver?
That is under investigation. The circumstances leading to their physical altercation, that's under investigation with the detectives. What we do know is that the suspect, Mr. Sitzlack, is believed to have stabbed and killed the Metro Coach driver, and he is wanted for murder in the second degree.
Did he have any other weapons? We were hearing that he had mace or something like that.
I'm not authorized to release any more information than what I already have.
Did you guys get the knife?
No, we have not ascertained that weapon. That's why we believe he is armed and dangerous.
Who saw him last night?
I don't know.
One more question. Yeah, any more details about that?
I don't have any more information to give to you last night. All the information we released on Twitter, and it's being released on the blotter, and that should update soon.
Do we know any motive?
We're not going to speak on motive. No.
Good. Did you have any conversations about the agency's role?
So I can't speak for King County Metro. You should talk to them. I think we're good, guys.
Suspect wanted in the murder of a Metro bus driver. The violent attack happened yesterday morning, and police say the suspect is likely armed and dangerous.
Police released these photos today. They're now looking for 53-year-old Richard Sitzlack. Police describe him as a transient known to hang around the U District in downtown Seattle. Tonight, we've uncovered disturbing new details about this murder suspect, who records show was arrested for murder just last year. We're told that case could not move forward due to a lack of evidence.
KOMO's Lynn-Ann Wynn live this evening in Seattle. And Lynn-Ann, prosecutors tell you Sitzlack claimed self-defense in that previous case?
Right. Well, Sitzlack was arrested for the murder of his roommate back in November of 2023, but investigators say the evidence did not lead them to anything that would have disproven his self-defense claims.
Family members, colleagues, and even those who didn't know Shawn Yim honoring his memory after he was fatally stabbed near the UW campus while on the job driving a King County Metro bus. Friends and family describing Yim as hardworking, generous, and humble with a heart of gold. Riders on the 70 route recognize Yim as a familiar face behind the wheel.
This driver did not deserve this. He did not deserve that.
Seattle police are looking for the suspect in Yim's murder, 53-year-old Richard Sitzlack, who they say should be considered armed and dangerous and is transient, known to hang around the U District in downtown Seattle.
He was seen last night about 8 p.m. in downtown Seattle. The Metro Coach drivers, they all have his photograph. Every police officer in the city has his photograph and has his information, so they are actively seeking and searching for him.
Police say they've dealt with Sitzlack in the past. Records show he was arrested for murder in November of last year. According to court records, Sitzlack's roommate kicked him out, and as he was trying to leave, the roommate swung at him multiple times with a machete. Then Sitzlack grabbed a knife from his pocket and slashed the victim with this knife.
You've got to have the evidence to even bring it to court, and both police and prosecutors realized we didn't have that evidence.
Investigators noted inconsistencies in Sitzlack's version of events, but say there was not enough evidence to definitively disprove his claims of self-defense.
With the inconsistencies that investigators noted in this case, why was it not enough to move forward with this case?
We took those initial inconsistencies and did 4 search warrants, and what that resulted with was actually more information that backed his claim of self-defense.
And prosecutors say that search warrants for cell phone records as well as medical records did not support a murder charge at the time, but they say Sitzlack still could be charged in that November 2023 murder if more evidence comes to light. Reporting live in Seattle, Lynn-Ann Wynn, KOMO News.
All right.
Looks like they got a new police chief candidate chosen. Yeah. If there's any more updates about this story about the Metro bus driver Shawn Yim stabbing or Richard Sitzlack, more, maybe he's going to court. If there's more updates, I'll bring them to you. Until then, I'm out of here. My job. Peace out.